called Threez are good. All about the three exercises, 3 rounds, something like that. The theme of threes everywhere. You're going to need a kettlebell for a lot of the movements. Okay, you've got a bit of variety in there with your weights, brilliant. If not, don't worry, just do what you can. It's over time anyway, so we're not working to reps. Right, let's get warmed up then and go through more detail. Right, how are you doing? Forward, 10 back. Keep the arms nice and relaxed. Lovely, right, that usual warm-up there. 30 seconds on each. Jogging on the spot in between. Start with jacks.
Your love, like the ocean.
Join us whenever we're here every week. Next time, live, you can catch up when you want. Minimal kick required. Kettlebell today, right? 3 exercises, 3 rounds. 2 of them are unilateral load. Okay, so you're going to do each side before you move on. So 15 sets of 30, just 30 seconds work. Nice and intense. 10 seconds recover. Move on. We've got 3 circuits to do. 3 exercises. 3 rounds, okay? Right. Here we go. Number 1, clean to palm press. So it's a different sort of clean. So you're going to do a hand clean up, but then you're going to bring it to this palm, then you're going to press up with that palm, yeah? So clean with the right, catch it with the left, press. Go through there, okay? From the side, through the hips, catch it, press it. Okay, then we'll do the other side. Okay, clean to the palm. Okay, push it up with the palm. Okay, once you've got it in there, that's it. Next one, squat thrust to high pull. So you want that kettlebell heel level. Okay, you're going to do one side at a time again. Hands down, out, in, grab it, thumb side, big pull, back. So you're not cleaning it, you're just going to bring it up like this. Okay? There, using power, so it's fast. Okay, so the kettlebell never hangs here. When it's up there, look, you see the bottom of the kettlebell, back. Okay? So you just keep that arc of movement. Okay, then we're going to do the other side. And the last one, third exercise, we're just going to do cleans. Okay, dual grip cleans. Again, a hand clean, through the middle, pull and catch, back through, pull and catch, back through, pull and catch. Practice those so they're perfect. Okay? Right then. So let's get started. 15 sets total. Okay, so we do 3 rounds of all those, including each side. Remember, they're all dynamic movements. You're not doing any of them slowly. So we're not bodybuilding here, this is about power movement, okay? Right. So number 1, clean to palm press. Right, here we go. Round 1, exercise 1. 10 seconds. Ready? Walk into the high floor. High one. Well done. Okay, moving on to our next combination. So we've got overhead sit-up, side one. No rest like that. Overhead sit-up, side two. And then kickstand squat, rack squat. Now, that's quite advanced, so a lot of people might just want to do a normal rack squat. Again, I'll get to that in a second. And the last one is singular, your jaw grip one this time. It's what's called a barbarian curl. Okay, so let me show you that. Right, overhead sit-up. Okay, the surprise of this, you cut bar, single arm. Well, if you do practice this, you'll get good at it. The idea of this is to keep the shoulders out of it, really. So you're compensating the angle. So like this, as I sit up, that angle perpendicular to the floor. That right angle to the floor all the time, yeah? So I come up. Okay. When I'm walking out, sit up, back. Up, back. Then you need a good lock, a strong as hell core. Okay, and then see how you get on. One side, then the other. Then we've got these kickstands. If you're new to kettlebells, new to exercise really, I would just do a regular single-sided rack squat because they're tough enough. So, rack squat, we're racking it again, but this time we just want to go to a nice deep squat, deeper the better. Knees come over the toes, yeah, engage the glutes, keep your head and chest nice and high. Okay, that's your perfect squat. Now, for a kickstand squat, essentially it's almost a single leg squat. So I'm just stepping back on this toe. That acts as balance, but not much else. Get a bit of push in, but not a lot. Okay? So I'm not lunging back. That would be a split squat. This is a kickstand squat. So I'm there. Okay? On that toe. I'm coming down. Pushing through. Okay, there. So it's there, but it's not there. But only do that if you consider yourself advanced, okay? I'll leave it with you. Then the other side, and you've got a barbarian curl. So you do a horn grip curl, press, tricep extension, back. So it's all about the upper body. The rest of you've got to stay solid, like a piece of oak. Yeah, brace everything. Grip the floor with your feet. Curl, press, tricep extension, back the way you came. Okay? Right. Last combo then. Through the front leg. Push through that heel. Feel the ground.
Do you ever question your life? Do you never wonder why? Do you ever see in your dreams all the castles in the sky? All the towns in mind? Do we build castles in the sky? Oh, tell me why. All the castles way up high. Oh, tell me why.
that for our little finishing challenge. It's a little 3.5 minutes AMRAP. As many rounds as possible. 3 exercises off the exercise, 3 reps, 5 exercises. The hardest thing about this is to remember the sequence. Okay, which I'll tell you now. I'm just going to wait for everyone at home to put their stuff away. Thank you, Kevin. Keep it up. Okay. We've got body weight on tomorrow. Your body weight, the squeeze. Yeah, you got it, one. Right. Okay. Thank you. Right, this is the finisher then. You need to remember these 5 exercises. Okay? You're doing 3 reps of each. As fast as you can possibly go. Okay? 3 reps, 3 reps, 3 reps, 3 reps, 3 reps, 3 reps. Okay? So this is the sequence. Number 1, 3 sit-ups. 1, 2, 3. Number 2, 3 deck squats, or just doing a get up. That'll slow you down if you can't do a full deck squat. But that's fine. If it does, it does. Okay, so full deck squat. There, up. 1, 2, 3 there. If you need to use your hands to stand up, then okay, so get back down, back up. 3 times. Then 3 burpees, like this, yeah. 3 burpees. Okay, then 3 bodyweight squats. 2, 3. 3 tuck jumps. Or jacks, if you'd rather do jacks. And then back to the start. Okay? As many rounds as possible. So 3 reps, 3 reps, 3 reps, 3 reps. As many times as you can in that time. You should track for about 3.5 minutes. It's a classic track, ideal for getting your heart racing and your blood pumping to keep you going for all those 3 reps. Right. Squats, or jacks. Okay, so sit-ups, deck squats, burpees, bodyweight squats, tuck jumps, around and around as you go. As fast as you can, okay.
It's for the morning to my night.
Here we go.
I broke you up with a lot, bro. Lunacy, very lunacy. Misunderstood. leading on, this ain't no army. If you ain't the vibe, it takes for a ride, and it's upon his own. The body and mind song is coming along. It's actually to the top, shut the door and back down. You know as it gets loud, and it's the good, the good, it's making you move. We got to see the top, because some of you are. But you know what they're doing, they're not ready to go and see how they do it, how they do it. We're sure they're proud of this, they're marching out. It's gonna be good, it's gonna be good. Everything's happening, and it's good, man. It's in the sound of the crowd, you get some more light. The world does something, and people get excited, it's not the shout. Come stanno? Soli.
Well done! She kept it going. The whole time right. We're back in just a few minutes. In total mobility. It's the icing on your cake. Half an hour. Deep stretching. It's well worth it. If not, see you tomorrow for the squeeze. Well done, everyone. Well done at home. Debbie, keep it up. Jessica there. Joe, all the usual regulars. Well done, see you soon.
Yeah. Good finish that is.